Today there is a great silence over the earth, a great silence and stillness, a great silence because the King sleeps. The earth was in terror and was still, because God slept in the flesh and raised up those who were sleeping from the ages. God has died in the flesh, and the underworld has trembled. Truly, he goes to seek out our first parents like a lost sheep. He wishes to visit those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death. He goes to free the prisoner Adam and his fellow prisoner Eve from their pains. He who is God and Adam's son. The Lord goes in to them, holding his victorious weapon, his cross. When Adam, the first created man, sees him, he strikes his breast in terror and calls out to all, "My Lord, be with you all." And Christ, in reply, says to Adam, "And with your spirit." And grasping his hand, he raises him up, saying, "Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give you light." There is a stillness in the air. The Lord bears his trophies, his glorious wounds with him. He has conquered. At that moment, the heavens were opened. Adam and all the just could come with him. Today, you will be with me in paradise. It would seem that actually, to begin with, the two robbers reviled the Lord on the cross, but one was given a grace, and that grace opened for him those doors so that he could say that very day what no one could ever say before him. In the Russian church, the two robbers are very much present in their devotion, for the cross in the Russian church has a slanting bottom part, indicating that one was lost and the other went up. It reminds us that Calvary is done, but our work is not, and we can fail to correspond. We can, as Pope Benedict warns us, come to the ultimate tragedy, that of the soul. And eternity is a long time to regret things. We cannot possibly imagine the amount of pain supernaturally given to the Lord to endure for mankind. Our attitude should be that of profound and continuous gratitude. When we see great suffering, we cease to complain for our own woes. It would be well to keep that suffering always before our mind's eye and never to complain. But like Dismas, the good thief, to do our purgatory here on earth by accepting pain. What happened in this holy night? It would seem that the imprint left on the Holy Shroud is that of death, but that, in the eyes of the napkin that kept at Manopello, is the very moment of opening the eyes. Life returns to the body at that point. The joy in the humanity of the Saviour is unspeakable. It is a cosmic moment. Even the soldiers, the guards, see something, hear something, behold great light, and are terrified. Something cosmic takes place at this moment. I have conquered. Much study has been done on the Holy Shroud, and it did actually become the object of probably satanic attack, fires. There was one fire way back in the 1500s, and as a result of it, very good nuns did great reparation work on the margins. Before dying, a great scientist realized that what had probably happened at the carbon-14 testing was that a part done by them had been used. It would make sense, given that it was taken from the edge, and he was able, before dying, to prove it microscopically. The herringbone stitch at that point is there, but it is not the same as all the rest. And moreover, it can be seen microscopically that there is pigment used to make it blend, but it's humanly done, whereas all the rest is divinely done. We don't know how. We know of the shock that came to Secondo Pia when, over a century ago, he was able to photograph it in detail when it was exposed. We have his own testimony. He is deeply moved when he is the first to see what he actually has before him through photographic skill, just coming into its day. As the wet plates were being developed, he was amazed to discover that the negative photographic image was in actuality a positive picture of a crucified man. He would later describe his experience. Shut up in my dark room, all intent on my work, I experienced a very strong emotion when, during the development, I saw for the first time the Holy Face appear on the plate with such clarity that I was dumbfounded by it. It was a great glory, and I was seized by trepidation at what I had seen. Pope Paul VI, in a television broadcast of the Shroud on November the 23rd, 1973, said, "We personally still remember the vivid impression it made on our mind when in 1931 we were fortunate to be present on the occasion of a special celebration in honor of the Holy Shroud. Its projection on a large luminous screen and the face of Christ represented thereon appeared to us so true, so profound, so human and divine, such as we have been unable to admire and venerate in any other image. It was for us a moment of singular delight." After ordination, I was sent back straight away to Rome, but came back for the Holy Week and Easter celebrations, and I was allowed to go with the present prior to Turin at the showing of 1998. So close to ordination, one sensed the one that one was handling and to whom one was consecrated. Power. Before the shroud. O light, too bright for retina and sight, yond gaze of burning seraph, matter strong with shining, where electrons puzzle quite at what came in their midst, high rayons long with leaps from some strange dark that left a mark upon a map, a napkin of small worth, at whose loud stain the aeons all hear. Hark! For there doth stand the hand that planned the earth. O morsel of high wisdom, wounded limb, and gashed and staggered Godhead, looking wan and pallid, where the light of all lay dim. I stand upon a rag of ragged man, and I behold the eye that holds the years, the brain that in a pain hell's dungeons sears. Some years later, there was a terrible fire in the Cathedral of Turin. afterwards, the young fireman appeared on national television at peak viewing time and gave testimony. It was so huge, the blaze, that humanly it wasn't possible to rescue the shroud. But he felt that he was being given supernatural force and pushed into the inferno and given a massive strength from some source he knew not, so as to break open the seals and rescue it. It was so well protected that it couldn't be done humanly, but he gave testimony. The same force that gave the imprint knew how to rescue it. Amen.